Welcome to this Solidworks simulation tutorial. We've got an alloy bracket. We're going to fix these two holes here, and we're going to apply a force on this tab, and we're going to see using more accurate versus medium-sized curvature-based mesh how that affects our displacement results. So let's go ahead and get started. We're in a static study already. We're going to first apply our fixtures. So we're going to add some new fixtures. We're going to do fixed geometry. And I did some split surfaces, split lines so that we can grab the fixture, this face here, which will be, if a bolt is clamping this down, we're going to have pressure underneath the bolt head that's fixing this plate. Same with inside the actual bolt hole. Same on this side underneath the bolt head and here as well. We could fix the bottom surface, but this is just a little bit more fancy and precise. So go ahead and select OK on that. We're going to apply just a force as an external load inside this counter bore hole on that perpendicular face. We're going to be using English units in this tutorial. And let's go ahead and do 200-pound force going against that tab here. Nothing too fancy. So now we have our fixtures and loads. We're going to go ahead and mesh it. We're going to go to create mesh. And we're going to leave it right in the middle for this first run. We're going to keep it at blended curvature based mesh. We'll select OK. Now that the mesh has been generated, we can go ahead and run the study by clicking Run Study up at the top. We'll let that process for a few seconds. Now that that's finished running, this is our initial result here. We're going to go to the Displacement tab, and this is the resultant displacement or total displacement. It takes the square root of all the components of that displacement in the x, y, and z direction. So it's the resultant vector. It will go show that. We can see this in millimeters, so we're going to want to fix this by right-clicking, going to Settings. We'll go to Chart Options, show the maximum here. And this red is where it's displacing the most as a result of this force. Let's change this to inches, and let's change this to, we see we're going to be interested in the y direction since that's the direction our force was applied, so we'll go y displacement and select OK. So in the y direction we have in inches 6.67 times 10 to the negative third inches from this load applied using that medium-sized mesh. We can see how the results vary if we use a more accurate and more finer mesh, what impact that has on max displacement in the y direction. So let's go back to our mesh, and we're gonna recreate it. Selecting create. That's fine. And for the width, we're gonna cut it in half. Let's do 0.06. Element size, we'll select OK. Let that rerun. You can see our mesh is much smaller in the elements, which will give us a more precise result. So let's rerun this study. Let that finish up. Okay, it's been solved again. If we right click, we can animate the motion, how it's the load is being applied to that hole and the reaction of the bracket. So let's go back to our displacement in the y direction chart here. We'll right click and show that. And you can see the max displacement has slightly increased from, I think it was 6.673 to now it's 6.736 times 10 to the negative third inches. Not by much, but it does give us a more slightly different result based on the finer mesh. So something to keep in mind in your results if you want to maintain uh, precision and accuracy. You can always bump up the finer mesh, but it does take longer to run and more memory as well, probably. So that's it for this tutorial. We'll see you on the next one.